Welcome back to Who Died Today USA channel. In the past few days, we have received somber news about the passing of extraordinary talents. Today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Additionally, we will recap the stars we have recently lost. Before we begin, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Leonard Lauder, the visionary former chief executive of the Estée Lauder Companies, passed away peacefully on June 14, 2025, at the age of 92, surrounded by loved ones. Born in New York City in 1933, he was the eldest son of Estée and Joseph Lauder, and grew up helping his mother prepare creams at home before joining the family business in 1958. Leonard's journey was marked by innovation, courage, and dedication. He rose through the company's ranks, becoming president in 1972, CEO in 1982, and chairman in 1995. Under his leadership, Estée Lauder transformed from a small enterprise into a global beauty powerhouse. Leonard championed research and development, expanding the company's portfolio with brands like MAC, Bobbi Brown, and Aveda, brands that reshaped the world of beauty and resonated with millions. His influence extended far beyond business. Leonard was also a passionate art collector, beginning with vintage postcards as a child and later assembling an impressive collection of Cubist masterpieces. His generosity enriched public collections, from gifts to Boston's Museum of Fine Arts and the Newberry Library, to pledging 81 significant works to New York's Metropolitan Museum of Art. Leonard's compassion echoed in his philanthropic endeavors. With his brother Ronald, he co-founded the Alzheimer's Drug Discovery Foundation in 1998, supporting critical research across 19 countries. Alongside his first wife Evelyn, co-creator of the Pink Ribbon for Breast Cancer Awareness, he helped launch Memorial Sloan Kettering's Evelyn H. Lauder Breast Center. Together, they fought for causes close to their hearts and the hearts of countless others. Leonard's personal life was rooted in loyalty and love. He married Evelyn in 1959 and raised two sons, William and Gary. After her passing in 2011, he found companionship again with Judy Glickman in 2015. Those closest to him remember a man of unwavering integrity, kindness, and curiosity, qualities that shaped both his family life and his leadership style. Leonard Lauder's legacy is one of transformative vision, heartfelt generosity, and quiet strength. As a beauty industry icon, collector, and philanthropist, he inspired innovation, supported groundbreaking research, and enriched cultural life. Though his passing leaves a void, his dedication to creativity, compassion, and progress will continue to guide and uplift generations to come. Terry Louise Fisher was a pioneering force in television, reshaping how legal dramas and women in power were portrayed on screen. Born in Chicago on February 21, 1946, she moved to Los Angeles as a teen and earned her law degree from UCLA in 1968. She began her career as a prosecutor in the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office before becoming an entertainment lawyer, experiences that grounded her storytelling in real-world courtroom insights. In the early 1980s, Terry transitioned to television writing and producing, joining Cagney Lacey from 1982 to 1987. Her contributions helped give voice to realistic, compelling female detectives and earned the show a prestigious Emmy Award. But it was her next venture that would define her legacy. In 1986, Terry co-created L.A. Law with Stephen Bocco, drawing on her legal background to shape the show's tone and depth. As supervising producer and lead writer, she guided early episodes that tackled racism, sexism, mental health, and groundbreaking storylines, including one of daytime television's first same-sex kisses. Her powerful writing earned her 2 Emmy wins and a nomination, cementing her reputation as a voice for serious and emotional storytelling. Despite her success, Terry faced a major challenge in 1988 when she entered a legal battle over her role and compensation on LA Law. In standing up for herself in an industry still dominated by men, she made a bold statement and became a role model for women demanding recognition and respect. Terry continued to create and write after LA Law, contributing to series like Hooperman and 2000 Malibu Road, as well as writing reunion specials for Cagney and Lacey. Though her later years were quieter, her impact endured. On June 10, 2025, Terry Louise Fisher passed away peacefully in her sleep in Laguna Hills, California, after a long illness. She was 79 years old. Her legacy lives on in the strong characters she helped bring to life and the compassionate, courageous storytelling she championed. Terry Fisher's career reminds us that stories of integrity, heart, and determination can inspire change, and that her work continues to influence television today. Breaking news. Today, we explore the extraordinary life and enduring strength of a man whose voice alone has moved millions. Morgan Freeman is not just an actor, he is a symbol of wisdom, grace, and perseverance. From humble beginnings in Mississippi to the heights of Hollywood glory, Freeman has weathered personal storms, battled chronic pain, and still emerged as one of the most respected and beloved figures in American culture. Morgan Freeman was born on June 1, 1937, in Memphis, Tennessee, and raised in the segregated South, a region that shaped both his early challenges and his deep understanding of humanity. From a young age, Freeman displayed an unshakable curiosity and a love for performance. After serving in the U.S. Air Force, he studied theater in Los Angeles and took on small roles in soap operas and educational TV. But success was slow to come. It was not until his 50s that the world began to fully recognize his talent. His breakout roles in Glory, Driving Miss Daisy, and Lean on Me in the late 1980s showcased a presence that was at once calm, authoritative, and deeply empathetic. Then came The Shawshank Redemption in 1994, where Freeman played Red, a role that would cement his place in cinema history. Critics praised his narration, but audiences fell in love with his humanity. Over the years, Freeman's performances in C7N, Bruce Almighty, $1 Million Baby, for which he won an Oscar, and Invictus have demonstrated a range that few actors can claim. Whether portraying a U.S. president or God, a detective or a prisoner, Freeman brings soul to every character. His voice, steady, thoughtful, rich with life experience, has narrated countless documentaries and commercials, becoming a sound synonymous with truth and reliability. But behind the scenes, Freeman's journey has not been without hardship. In 2008, he survived a devastating car accident in Mississippi. The crash left him with extensive injuries, particularly to his left arm and hand. Despite surgeries and physical therapy, Freeman never regained full use of his hand. He now wears a compression glove to manage pain and blood flow. Following the accident, Freeman revealed that he was living with chronic pain. Later, he spoke candidly about having fibromyalgia, a condition marked by widespread pain and fatigue. For someone whose career relies on physical presence and emotional expression, this invisible burden has been immense. He experiences constant discomfort in his shoulder and arm, but has refused to let it define him. He adjusted his work accordingly, moving toward voice narration and smaller, less physically demanding roles. His presence at public events, though less frequent, continues to command attention and admiration. Freeman is often seen wearing his signature glove, a quiet testament to resilience and adaptation. The challenges have not only been physical. In 2018, Freeman faced public scrutiny when multiple women accused him of inappropriate behavior. The allegations were met with swift denials from Freeman, who expressed that he never intended to make anyone uncomfortable. No legal charges were brought forward, and while the incident created headlines, It did not erase the decades of work that had earned him the trust of audiences around the world. Today, at 87 years old, Freeman remains active. In 2025, he made a rare but heartwarming appearance alongside Al Pacino at the Academy Awards, honoring Gene Hackman. Despite a noticeable change in his gait and demeanor, he radiated the same charisma that first captivated audiences decades ago. He also continues to engage with his love for music. At a New Year's Eve celebration in Clarksdale, Mississippi, Freeman joined soul icon Al Green for a spontaneous performance, a powerful reminder that age and pain cannot dim the light of passion. His connection to the blues, to storytelling, to art, is as strong as ever. Freeman's story is also one of generosity. He has long supported educational initiatives, arts funding, and disaster relief. He co-owns a blues club and restaurant in Mississippi and is known to personally support up-and-coming artists and filmmakers. In many ways, Morgan Freeman represents what it means to grow old with dignity and purpose. He has shown that setbacks, even painful ones, do not mark the end of relevance or impact. Instead, they become part of the story, a story that teaches resilience, kindness, and the importance of using one's voice not just to entertain, but to uplift. So what can we take from Morgan Freeman's journey? That greatness does not need to shout, that pain does not have to stop purpose, that age is not a curtain, but a second act. Freeman continues to stand as proof that true legacy is not built on moments of ease, but on how we respond when life tests us the most. If Morgan Freeman's story has touched your heart, we invite you to share your favorite film or moment in the comments below. Let us celebrate the man who taught us that even in quiet strength, there is thunder. And if this tribute moved you, please like and subscribe for more stories honoring the legends who continue to inspire us. Thank you for joining us in paying tribute to Morgan Freeman, an actor, a narrator, a survivor, and above all, a voice of unwavering strength and humanity. Jason Constantine, a beloved figure in the world of film and storytelling, passed away on June 3, 2025, at the age of 55, following a long and courageous battle with cancer. His life was marked by vision, generosity, and an unwavering belief in the power of bold ideas. Over a remarkable 25-year career with Lionsgate, Constantine helped shape some of the studio's most iconic film franchises, including John Wick and Saw. It was his early recognition of the potential behind the Saw concept short that set the stage for one of horror's most enduring global phenomena. As co-president of Lionsgate's Motion Picture Group, he led with creative intuition and an open heart, fostering unique voices and championing daring projects. His work on acclaimed films such as Precious, Crash, Knives Out, and I Can Only Imagine demonstrated his range, while hits like The Hitman's Bodyguard, Kick-Ass, and Plane showcased his flair for broad audience appeal. Yet beyond the box office, Constantine was deeply respected for his collaborative spirit. He believed that success in film was a team endeavor, and he made it his mission to elevate every person he worked with. His colleagues often spoke of his encyclopedic film knowledge, but even more of his humility, warmth, and his dedication to mentoring others. Born and raised in California, Constantine earned degrees from Princeton and Loyola Marymount, where he also directed award-winning short films. Outside the studio, he brought joy to his community with a lovingly crafted holiday train village each year, a small reflection of his lifelong creativity. He is survived by his wife, Kristen, and sons Lucas, Xander, and Nicholas. Though his physical presence is no longer with us, Jason Constantine's legacy endures in the films he nurtured, the people he inspired, and the stories still being told because he believed in their power. Greg Canam, one of Hollywood's most revered makeup artists, passed away in May 2025 at the age of 73. Over a storied career that spanned nearly 5 decades, Canam transformed the art of makeup into a breathtaking fusion of illusion and emotion, leaving an enduring mark on cinema. From the romantic horror of Bram Stoker's Dracula to the comedic warmth of Mrs. Doubtfire, the poignant journey of The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, and the political realism of Vice, Canam's visionary work won him 4 Academy Awards. His gift for creating lifelike transformations, aging faces, turning men into monsters, and seamlessly blending character with prosthetic artistry, earned him a place among the film industry's most respected talents. Canam began his path in Southern California, working Halloween seasons at Knott's Berry Farm and eventually assisting the legendary Rick Baker. Their early collaboration led to iconic projects, including the groundbreaking Thriller music video and horror classics like The Howling. Canam's attention to detail and his devotion to craft were evident in every frame. Whether morphing Robin Williams into a beloved nanny or aging Brad Pitt in Benjamin Button, his work brought depth and humanity to even the most fantastical roles. In 2023, Canam faced serious health challenges, including complications from diabetes and a staph infection that resulted in the loss of a leg. Despite this, the makeup community rallied around him, a testament to the love and respect he had inspired. His passion never waned, and his legacy grew even in his final years. Greg Canam was honored with the Makeup Artists and Hairstylists Guild Lifetime Achievement Award and an Academy Award for Technical Achievement. His influence stretches across generations of artists and films. More than just a master of makeup, he was a storyteller in silicone and color, revealing the soul beneath every transformation. His artistry lives on in the unforgettable characters he helped create and in the hearts of those who admired and learned from him. Roy Ayers, the visionary vibraphonist and composer whose music became a timeless bridge between jazz, funk, and soul, passed away on March 4, 2025, at the age of 84 in New York City after a long illness. His passing marks the end of an era, yet his influence continues to resonate across generations. Born in Los Angeles in 1940, Ayers' musical journey began with a moment of serendipity. At just 5 years old, vibraphonist Lionel Hampton handed him a pair of mallets after a performance. That early spark ignited a passion that would shape a remarkable 6-decade career. Ayers released his debut album West Coast Vibes in 1963, and over the years, he cultivated a signature sound that blended jazz improvisation with funk rhythms and soulful melodies. In the 1970s, Ayers reached new creative heights with his group Roy Ayers Ubiquity, producing genre-defying albums like He's Coming, Red, Black and Green, and the beloved Everybody Loves the Sunshine, 1976. The title track, with its warm, hypnotic grooves and radiant optimism, became an anthem of summer and serenity, sampled by over 100 artists including Mary J. Blige, Dr. Dre, and The Dream. Ayers was not only a pioneering artist, but also a generous collaborator. He worked with icons such as Erykah Badu, The Roots, Alicia Keys, and Tyler, the Creator. His artistry touched everything from blaxploitation film scores, Coffee, to the blossoming of neo-soul. Fellow musicians often described the Roy Ayers sound as something indescribable yet unmistakable, a testament to his unique creative voice. Beyond his recordings, Ayers brought joy to countless live audiences, including a memorable Tiny Desk concert in 2018. His music, imbued with warmth, rhythm, and spirit, remains a source of comfort and celebration. Roy Ayers lived a life guided by sound and soul. As he once said, "If I didn't have music, I wouldn't even want to be here." Today, the music world honors a man who gave us joy, rhythm, and sunshine, a true legend whose light will never fade. L.J. Smith, the beloved author who sparked the imaginations of millions with The Vampire Diaries, passed away on March 8, 2025, in Walnut Creek, California, at the age of 66, following a long battle with a rare autoimmune disease. Her passing was confirmed by her partner, Julie DeVola, and shared with her devoted readers through her official website. Born Lisa Jane Smith in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and raised in Southern California, Smith was a storyteller from the very beginning. Inspired by fantasy giants like J.R.R. Tolkien and C.S. Lewis, she adopted the pen name L.J. Smith and poured her creative soul into young adult fiction, eventually penning over 24 novels. Her breakout series, The Vampire Diaries, began in 1991 and quickly captivated a generation with its blend of romance, supernatural intrigue, and emotional depth. Though her publishing journey was not without hardship, including losing the rights to her characters under a work-for-hire contract, Smith's resilience shone through. She returned to her stories in later years, reclaiming her voice through fan fiction and continuing to write up until her final days. Smith's most profound legacy lives not only in her books, but also in the cultural phenomenon they inspired. The CW television adaptation of The Vampire Diaries ran from 2009 to 2017, introducing her characters to a wider audience and playing a key role in the early 2000s vampire renaissance. Millions tuned in to follow the emotional journey of Elena Gilbert and the Salvatore brothers, a love triangle that began in the pages of Smith's imagination. Beyond her commercial success, Smith was known for her warmth, creativity, and deep empathy. Her fans, many of whom found solace in her stories during their formative years, remember her as more than just an author. She was a companion through the highs and lows of youth. L.J. Smith's words once said it best: she was a storyteller since before she learned how to read or write. That storyteller's voice, rich with feeling and fantasy, continues to echo in the hearts of those she touched. Leslie Charlesson, beloved television icon and the longtime face of General Hospital, passed away on January 12th at age 79. Over nearly 5 decades, she embodied the role of Dr. Monica Quartermain, earning a place in the hearts of millions of viewers who welcomed her into their homes each day. Born with a natural talent for acting, Charlesson joined General Hospital in 1977, stepping into the shoes of Monica with grace and nuance. She portrayed a character both strong and vulnerable, a dedicated doctor, a passionate wife, a devoted mother. Monica's evolving journey, from breaking social expectations to tackling critical issues like breast cancer, mirrored the real-world experiences of many viewers. As Charlesson herself remarked in 1981, "When you're all good, you're boring, and nobody is just good unless she's a saint." That complexity made her performance unforgettable. Her dedication earned her 4 Daytime Emmy nominations and the unwavering love of General Hospital fans. In 2010, facing health challenges, Charlesson transitioned to a recurring role and made her final appearance in December 2023. Yet even off-screen, she advocated for breast cancer awareness, using her voice and platform to support others. On February 12th, the LA County Medical Examiner revealed that Charlesson's cause of death was sequelae of blunt head trauma stemming from a prior injury. At the time, she also endured conditions including asthma, arthritis, atrial fibrillation, and normal pressure hydrocephalus. Despite these struggles, her spirit remained as resilient as the character she brought to life. Charlesson's legacy is one of integrity, warmth, and unforgettable storytelling. Co-star and producer Frank Valentini reflected, "Monica was the heart of the Quartermains. Leslie was the matriarch of the entire cast and crew." Whether delivering heartfelt monologues or sharing a tender moment with a co-star, she made us laugh, cry, and care more deeply. Leslie Charlesson's passing marks the end of a legendary chapter in daytime television. But Monica Quartermain, and the woman who played her, will forever live on in viewers' hearts. Her authenticity, her courage, and her grace continue to inspire. Joey Molland, the last surviving member of the classic rock band Badfinger, passed away at age 77 on March 9, 2025. He died surrounded by family after battling serious health issues, including pneumonia and complications from diabetes that led to a months-long hospitalization and multiple surgeries. Born in Liverpool, England, Molland joined Badfinger in the late 1960s, just as the band was transitioning from the Ivies and gaining momentum. The band, signed by the Beatles' Apple Records, became known for hits like No Matter What, Day After Day, Come and Get It, written by Paul McCartney, and the enduring classic Baby Blue. The latter experienced a resurgence after its use in the finale of Breaking Bad. Molland played guitar and sang on Badfinger's seminal albums and became deeply involved with the Beatles' circle, contributing to George Harrison's All Things Must Pass, John Lennon's Imagine, and the landmark Concert for Bangladesh. Despite personal and professional turmoil, including the tragic suicides of fellow bandmates Pete Ham and Tom Evans, Molland kept the Badfinger legacy alive, touring into late 2024. Beyond Badfinger, Molland released several solo albums and joined other projects like the band Natural Gas. He was known for his warmth and generosity with fans, often spending time chatting at meet and greets and treating strangers like friends. His longtime collaborator and friend Paul Davey praised his down-to-earth nature and said Molland was beloved not only for his music but for his heart. Joey Molland leaves behind a profound musical legacy that blends triumph with tragedy. As the face of Badfinger for over 5 decades, he ensured the band's place in rock history while connecting personally with a dedicated global fan base. His work with Badfinger and his contributions to music giants like the Beatles continue to resonate across generations. David Thomas was a groundbreaking American musician, best known as the frontman of the avant-garde band Pere Ubu, which he led from its formation in 1975 until his death in 2025. With his distinctive voice and fearless experimentation, Thomas became a cult figure in punk and art rock circles. Thomas rose to prominence with Pere Ubu's early work, particularly the albums The Modern Dance and Dub Housing, 1978, which blended post-punk, garage rock, and experimental sounds. His songwriting and vocal delivery were both confrontational and deeply emotive, influencing a wide range of bands including Joy Division, Sonic Youth, and the Pixies. Despite his artistic acclaim, Thomas faced numerous challenges, from poor commercial success to persistent health issues. Diagnosed with kidney disease, he continued to perform and create despite declining health. He passed away on April 23, 2025, at the age of 71 in Brighton, England. At the time of his passing, MC5 was playing on the radio, a fitting tribute for someone so entwined with rock history. Thomas's creative resilience was evident in his many side projects, including solo albums, operas, Mirror Man, Bring Me the Head of Ubu Roy, and his writings. He also maintained Pere Ubu's extensive archival recordings on Bandcamp, documenting every phase of the band's evolution. His death was announced by his wife and manager, Kirsty Boone, via Pere Ubu's official social media. He is survived by her, his siblings Anne and Alan, and stepchildren Ione, Corin, and Nina Gamble. Thomas's legacy is one of defiant originality. He refused to conform to music industry standards, often saying his goal was for Pere Ubu records to be discovered in a used record bin in 30 years. His influence endures through the countless artists who followed his trailblazing path. Mac Gaden, a legendary Nashville guitarist, singer, and songwriter, passed away on April 16, 2025, at the age of 83 due to complications from Parkinson's disease. He died at home in Nashville, surrounded by family. Gaden was best known as the co-writer of the enduring hit Everlasting Love, which charted in 4 different decades and was recorded by artists including Robert Knight, Carl Carlton, Gloria Estefan, and U2. His songwriting legacy also includes the R&B classics She Shot a Hole in My Soul and Gotta Get Yourself Together. As a guitarist, Gaden's career spanned decades and genres. He played uncredited but pivotal guitar parts on Bob Dylan's Blonde on Blonde album, particularly on Absolutely Sweet Marie. He also collaborated with artists such as Linda Ronstadt, the Pointer Sisters, J.J. Cale, and played alongside country legends like Tammy Wynette and Chris Christopherson. Gaden was also credited with pioneering the wah-wah slide guitar technique, which influenced generations of musicians, including the Steve Miller Band and Robert Randolph. He co-founded the bands Area Code 615 and Barefoot Jerry, both of which helped expand Nashville's music scene beyond country, embracing rock, R&B, jazz, and funk influences. He was deeply spiritual and expressed his journey through music and writing. His 2013 autobiography, Missing String Theory, A Musician's Uncommon Spiritual Journey, reflected his philosophical approach to art and life. McGaden is survived by his wife Diane, children including musicians Oceana Gaden and Mac Jr., and numerous grandchildren and great-grandchildren. He released his final album, Come Along, in 2020, and remained a creative force until the end. His legacy is one of musical innovation, genre-blending creativity, and heartfelt songwriting. As Kyle Young of the Country Music Hall of Fame said, "His sheer musicality was a dazzling force, and his spirit a gift to us all." Bruce Logan, a pioneering visual effects artist, cinematographer, and director whose work defined cinematic moments in sci-fi history, passed away on April 10, 2025, at the age of 78 in Los Angeles. Known for his hands-on creativity and deep understanding of cinematic illusion, Logan's contributions continue to resonate with audiences across generations. Born in England on May 15, 1946, Logan began his career in animation at just 19, joining the production of Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey. There, he shadowed visual effects legend Douglas Trumbull, absorbing knowledge that would shape his unique approach to film artistry. Perhaps his most famous contribution came with Star Wars: A New Hope, 1977, where he led special effects photography. It was Logan who famously crafted the Death Star's explosive finale, an iconic sequence achieved not through CGI, but with miniatures and practical pyrotechnics filmed under creative constraints to simulate the vacuum of space. Logan's artistry extended to cult classics like Tron, 1982, where he served as cinematographer, and comedies like Airplane, where he worked on miniatures. His diverse career also spanned directing feature films such as Vendetta and Lost Fair, shooting music videos for artists like Madonna and Prince, and creating visuals for comedians George Carlin and Jamie Foxx. Logan remained an innovator throughout his life, often favoring traditional methods over modern digital techniques. His daughter, Mary Grace, remembered him as a rebel with a camera who made magic without computers. Beyond the screen, Logan was an avid race car enthusiast and continued racing well into his later years. He is survived by his wife Mariana Campos Logan, daughter Mary Grace, and son Campbell Logan. Bruce Logan's legacy is not only in the films he helped create, but in the wonder and imagination he sparked in audiences around the world. Mity McCall was a pioneering American comedian, actress, voice artist, and television writer whose vibrant career spanned over 7 decades. Born on September 9, 1930, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, McCall passed away on August 8, 2024, at the age of 93 in Burbank, California. McCall was widely known as one half of the comedy duo McCall and Brill, alongside her husband, Charlie Brill, with whom she shared both the stage and 64 years of marriage. The duo made television history with a memorable appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show in 1964, performing just before the Beatles' iconic U.S. debut. This exposure cemented their place in American entertainment lore. Her career began in the late 1940s at the Pittsburgh Playhouse, followed by early TV work on children's programming like KDKA-TV's Kitty Castle. As her career flourished, McCall became a regular presence on television, appearing in shows like Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, Seinfeld, Roseanne, Dharma and Greg, The Twilight Zone, and The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Mitzi was also an accomplished voice actress, lending her voice to numerous beloved animated series including The Flintstones, The Jetsons, Snorks, and Ice Age. She was especially known for voicing Penny in The Pebbles and Bam Bam Show and Auntie Marina in Snorks. In addition to performing, she was a talented screenwriter, contributing to popular sitcoms such as One Day at a Time, Charles in Charge, ALF, and 8 is Enough. McCall's warmth and dedication made her a cherished mentor in the entertainment world. She is survived by her husband, Charlie Brill, daughter Jenny, nieces Tony Howard and Wendy Goldberg, and godchildren Melissa and Sarah Gilbert. Her enduring legacy lies in her boundary-breaking contributions to comedy, her influential presence on television, and her generous support for fellow artists. Michael Alimo was an American theater, film, and television actor whose career spanned over 6 decades. Born in 1938, he passed away peacefully on May 2, 2025, in Burbank, California, at the age of 86, as confirmed by his daughter Gabriella Alimo Thomas, a veteran in TV publicity. The cause of death was not disclosed. Alimo studied theater at Brooklyn College and began his career in avant-garde and political theater, participating in Joseph Papp's N.Y. Shakespeare in Central Park and touring with the anti-war show FTA. He later moved to Los Angeles in 1973, launching a prolific screen career. He is widely recognized for his roles in films such as Space Jam, 1996, where he acted alongside Michael Jordan, Bill Murray, and Wayne Knight, and in the Oscar-nominated The China Syndrome, 1979. Other notable film credits include Mr. Mom, All I Want for Christmas, and earlier works like The Sex Cycle and Graffiti. On television, Alimo made guest appearances in a broad range of shows including Cheers, Scrubs, The Wonder Years, Mr. Belvedere, Hill Street Blues, Dynasty, and ALF. His character work on an episode of Cheers in 1985, as Vinnie Clausen, remains memorable, especially as it aired during the show's peak years. Despite not achieving superstar fame, Alimo was a respected character actor, known for his versatility, steady presence in film and television, and dedication to the craft. His final screen appearance was in the film Sinatra: Eternity, which also starred Michael Madsen and Eric Roberts. Michael Alimo is survived by his wife Louise, daughters Gabriella and Giovanna, son-in-law David, and granddaughters Isabella and Malia. His legacy is that of a quietly influential and enduring figure in American entertainment. Breaking news. Jerry Seinfeld is not just a comedian, he is a living masterclass in restraint, timing, and precision. For over 4 decades, he has delivered some of the sharpest, cleanest, and most cerebral humor to grace American stages and screens. But today, behind the steady cadence of his punchlines and the perfection of every pause, lies the story of a man navigating aging, scrutiny, and an evolving comedic landscape, all while refusing to compromise the very values that made him a household name. Born on April 29, 1954, in Brooklyn, New York, and raised in suburban Long Island, Seinfeld was drawn early to the subtle power of observation. He saw comedy not as chaos, but as a structure, a rhythm that, when executed flawlessly, could turn the most mundane moment into a masterpiece. That belief would carry him from local stand-up sets in New York's dingy clubs to a global empire built on one of television's most iconic shows. The turning point came in 1989 when he co-created Seinfeld with Larry David. This show about nothing changed everything. Its episodes focused not on dramatic plot twists, but on the nuances of everyday life, waiting in line for soup, awkward goodbyes, and the etiquette of regifting. By its final season in 1998, Seinfeld had become a cultural cornerstone, and Jerry Seinfeld himself was one of the most recognizable and respected names in entertainment. But unlike many who reach such dizzying heights, Seinfeld did not chase stardom beyond the show. He returned to his roots, stand-up comedy, where he felt most alive. In 2002, his documentary Comedian revealed the painstaking process behind rebuilding a new act from scratch. This was not just performance, it was therapy, discipline, and a declaration that greatness must be earned again and again. Over the years, Seinfeld carved out a second life, not just as a comic, but as a curator of comedy's very soul. With comedians in cars getting coffee, he invited audiences into the minds of fellow artists, revealing the fragility, wisdom, and wit behind the laughter. He did not just tell jokes, he examined them, respected them, and passed their lessons on. Yet aging has brought its own challenges. In recent years, public appearances have revealed visible signs of physical change. Viewers noticed subtle hand tremors and head movements during interviews and live performances. While no formal statement has been made about these changes, it is clear that time has introduced a new dynamic to Seinfeld's life. The body may bend, but the mind stays sharp. Rather than retreat, Seinfeld has embraced his evolving reality. He continues to perform with grace, delivering sets with the same wit and cadence that defined his prime. Behind his signature blazer and crisp delivery is a quiet resilience, a man adjusting his art, not abandoning it. Beyond physical changes, Seinfeld has also faced cultural headwinds. In an era where comedy is under more scrutiny than ever, he has become a vocal critic of what he calls the oversensitivity of modern audiences. He argues that comedians are increasingly shackled by fear of offense, and that this climate risks sterilizing the art form itself. These opinions have drawn criticism, with some labeling him out of touch, but Seinfeld has remained steadfast, believing that respectful dissent is essential to comedy's survival. His views have sparked debate, but also admiration. He has never pandered, never diluted his essence. Instead, he has served as a litmus test for comedy's future. Can it evolve without erasing its roots? For Seinfeld, the answer lies not in rebellion, but in careful balance. Through it all, his personal life has remained grounded. He has been married to Jessica Seinfeld since 1999, and together they raised 3 children. Their shared life, split between Manhattan and the Hamptons, is private, stable, and refreshingly free from the typical Hollywood chaos. Jessica's work in philanthropy and family services, particularly through the Good Plus Foundation, reflects a shared value of giving back. Jerry Seinfeld himself is no stranger to generosity. He has quietly supported a range of causes over the years, from autism awareness to education initiatives. But true to form, he does not seek headlines for his charity, only results. In 2024, he made his directorial debut with Unfrosted, a lighthearted Netflix comedy inspired by the creation of Pop-Tarts. The film's playful tone and nostalgic subject matter served as a love letter to the kind of storytelling Seinfeld has always loved. Humor drawn not from scandal or spectacle, but from the simple joys of life. What defines Jerry Seinfeld today is not what he says about others, but what he shows us about himself. He is a man who, even as the world spins faster, still finds rhythm in stillness. Who, even as his hands tremble, keeps a grip on who he is. Who, even as comedy shifts and shouts, remains steady in his delivery, his discipline, and his devotion to the craft. So where is Jerry Seinfeld now? He is still here, still curious, still clean, still challenging us to look a little closer at the world and laugh at what we see. His health may evolve, his pace may slow, but his voice, that unshakable voice of calm, clever certainty, remains. If Jerry Seinfeld's journey has ever made you laugh, think, or feel seen in life's little awkward moments, we invite you to share your favorite bit, episode, or memory in the comments below. And if this tribute brought a smile to your face, please like and subscribe for more stories celebrating the legends who continue to inspire us through strength, resilience, and wit. Thank you for joining us in honoring Jerry Seinfeld, a comedian, a commentator, and a quietly powerful force in a noisy world.